Have you ever walked into a room and felt eyes on you, even though no one says a word? It's like there's something about you that draws people in, an invisible pull, but they never admit it out loud. What if I told you that you're giving off subtle signs that make people stop and stare, not out of judgment, but out of pure fascination, and the wild part is, they don't even realize why. It's not your clothes or your looks, it's something deeper. It's your energy, your silent confidence, the way you move like you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You might think you're just blending in, but to others, you're a walking mystery they can't quite figure out. They feel your presence before you even speak. And that unspoken aura? It's unforgettable. The atmosphere shifts when you walk in, and people notice, even if they never say a word. So why does this happen? What is that silent force you carry that makes people remember you without even knowing your name? Stay with me, because once you uncover these hidden signs, you'll understand the quiet power you've had all along. Let me tell you about a woman I met a few years ago. Her name was Rachel. She wasn't the loudest in the room, she didn't wear flashy clothes, and she didn't seek attention. But every time she walked into a space, people noticed. It wasn't because she was trying to stand out, it was because she had this quiet magnetism. The kind that made heads turn, not because she was doing anything special, but because there was something about her presence that commanded attention. One day I asked her, "Do you realize people can't take their eyes off you?" And she just laughed, completely unaware. That's when it hit me. True attraction isn't about trying hard or putting on a show. It's about being. It's about owning your energy, being comfortable in your skin, and letting that authenticity shine through naturally. Rachel wasn't doing anything to draw attention, but the way she carried herself made people want to be near her. It was a quiet kind of power, the kind that doesn't scream for attention but gets it anyway. This made me realize something profound. Attraction doesn't always come from what you do. It often comes from who you are. And that's what I want to share with you today. Because you might not even know it, but you're already giving off signs that make you magnetic, whether you're aware of it or not. But here's the thing, it's not just about what Rachel did, it's about what you can do too. What if I told you that you have the same power within you? The signs are already there, waiting for you to notice. Take a cup of tea, relax your mind and watch complete videos so that you never miss anything that might make you surprise. Number 1. You own your space. It's not about being loud or attention-seeking. It's about how you carry yourself when you walk into a room. You're comfortable with who you are, and that confidence radiates. People notice it because it's rare, and it's powerful. When you walk into a room, you command presence, not by trying to be seen, but because you're fully present. You don't need to say a word for people to feel your energy. It's in the way you move, the way you hold yourself, and the quiet assurance in your eyes. When you're at ease in your own skin, others can't help but be drawn to you. It's like you're magnetic, but it's not something you try to create, it's just who you are. That's the kind of power that people can't ignore. If you are new here, do not forget to be part of our family. Subscribe and share the channel. Number 2. You're unapologetically yourself. You don't hide parts of yourself to fit in, and that is the ultimate form of attractiveness. Whether it's your quirks, your passions, or the way you express yourself, people can't help but be captivated by your authenticity. People who don't try to be anyone else exude a quiet confidence that is impossible to ignore. You don't seek validation, and that's exactly why people are drawn to you. They crave the freedom you live with. You give others silent permission to be real too, just by being real yourself. And in a world full of filters and masks, your rawness feels like a breath of fresh air. You're not scared to laugh too loud, love too deep, or stand out when everyone else is trying to blend in. You walk through life like it's your own story, not someone else's script. And that kind of self-trust? It's magnetic beyond words. Number 3. You make people feel seen. You don't just talk, you listen. And not the kind of listening where you're just waiting to speak, but the kind where someone feels like they truly matter in that moment. You look people in the eye, you remember the little things they say, and you respond with warmth that makes them feel safe. In a world full of distractions, giving someone your full attention is rare and powerful. You have a way of making others feel like they belong, like they're not invisible. And that feeling? It sticks with them long after the conversation ends. It's not just your presence that's magnetic, it's how you make others feel in your presence that leaves a lasting impact. You hold space for their emotions without judgment, and people open up around you without even knowing why. You're the kind of person they remember in quiet moments, the one who made them feel understood. And in that connection, your true power shines. Number 4. Your energy speaks before you do. Long before you say a single word, people feel something when you walk into a room. It's the calm in your demeanor, the strength in your silence, the way your presence fills a space without needing to announce itself. Your energy is grounded, and it tells a story of someone who knows who they are. People are naturally drawn to that kind of quiet strength that makes them curious, makes them want to know more. You don't have to force connections. They flow to you effortlessly because your vibe feels safe, real, and intriguing. Sometimes it's not about what you say, but how you exist, that pulls people in. And when your energy is aligned, confident, and calm, it becomes your loudest introduction. 5. You're mysterious, but not distant. You don't lay all your cards on the table, and that keeps people intrigued. There's something about you that feels just out of reach, like there's a story behind your eyes that hasn't been told yet. You share just enough to connect, but you hold back enough to leave people wanting more. It's not about playing games, it's about protecting your depth and only revealing it to those who carry a silent strength. People are drawn to that balance, maybe more than you let on, but not overly available. With grace. You're open, there's resilience, but still in your have layers that take time to uncover. People can sense that you face storms, and in a world where so many rush to overshare, your quiet mystery is what makes you unforgettable. Doesn't need to shout. It hums beneath the surface, steady and unshakable. It draws people in because it makes them feel safe, like they can lean on your energy without even realizing it. You don't play the victim, and you don't seek sympathy. Your strength is quiet, humble, and incredibly powerful. And even if people can't explain it, they feel it every time they're around you. You're the calm during chaos, the grounded presence when everything else feels unsteady. People may not know your story, but they trust your spirit. And that kind of silent strength leaves a mark deeper than words ever could. Number 7. You make people want to be better. Just by being yourself, you inspire growth in others. You don't preach, you don't push, but your presence makes people reflect on who they are and who they could become. Something about your energy challenges them, in the gentlest way, to rise higher, to think deeper, to act with more intention. You live with purpose, and that naturally motivates others to do the same. Being around you feels like a mirror, not the kind that judges, but the kind that reveals potential. And without even trying, you awaken something in people that makes them want to evolve, simply because you show them what's possible. Number 8. You value quality over quantity. You don't surround yourself with just anyone. You've learned that true connections are rare, and you protect them fiercely. It's not about having a crowd of people around you. It's about the few who truly understand and value you for who you are. You put your energy into relationships that matter, and that commitment shows. People see how you invest in the ones who truly count, and they admire you for it. You don't chase popularity, because you know it's the depth of connection that leaves a lasting impact. And those who do have your attention? They know they're cherished, because you never give it away freely. You don't waste time on shallow interactions or empty words. The connections you build are lasting, and they leave people feeling seen and appreciated. That quality? It's what makes others want to be near you, to be part of your circle. Number 9. You embrace vulnerability. There's power in allowing yourself to be vulnerable, and you've mastered that art. You don't hide behind walls or pretenses. You let people see the real you, even when it feels risky. It's not about weakness. It's about being authentic and allowing others to connect with your true self. People are drawn to your openness because it creates space for them to do the same. You show that it's okay to be imperfect, to have flaws, and to still be worthy of love and respect. Your vulnerability makes you relatable, and it gives others permission to be raw and honest with you. That kind of genuine openness? It's magnetic, and it builds deeper connections than anything else ever could. Number 10. You radiate calm in chaos. No matter what life throws your way, you handle it with an inner calm that others can't help but notice. When things get chaotic, you don't react impulsively or get overwhelmed. You breathe, you center yourself, and you approach the situation with a sense of purpose. That steady energy is contagious. People around you find themselves calmer just by being in your presence, and they admire the way you seem to have everything under control, even when the world feels like it's spinning out of control. Your ability to remain unshaken in difficult times shows a strength and wisdom that others naturally gravitate toward. It's like you have an invisible shield that protects you, and that calmness draws people in because they want a piece of that peace too. Number 11. You know your worth without needing validation. You don't wait for others to tell you how great you are, you already know. There's an unshakable confidence within you that doesn't rely on outside approval. You walk into a room with the quiet assurance that you are enough, exactly as you are. And because of this, others are drawn to you, sensing that you don't need to prove anything. You don't seek validation, but your presence demands respect because you respect yourself. People can't help but admire your self-sufficiency, your belief in your own value. It's magnetic because in a world that constantly seeks approval, your self-assurance stands out like a beacon. You teach others without saying a word that the most powerful thing they can do is embrace their own worth. Number 12. You inspire others to be their authentic self. There's something about you that makes others feel safe enough to shed their masks. When they're around you, they drop the pretenses and show the real them, the one they might be too scared to show anyone else. Your authenticity gives them permission to do the same. You lead by example, showing that it's not only okay to be yourself, but that it's the most powerful thing you can be. When people are around you, they begin to believe that being vulnerable and true to who they are is not just acceptable, it's something to be celebrated. You radiate a freedom that others crave, and without even realizing it, you encourage them to embrace their own. You don't just make a space for others to be real, you create a movement toward authenticity, and that kind of influence is irresistible. Number 13. You have an unspoken wisdom. People don't always know what it is about you, but there's something incredibly wise in the way you navigate life. It's not about having all the answers, it's about the way you approach every challenge with a calm, reflective mindset. Your ability to see things clearly, without jumping to conclusions, draws people to you. They seek your advice not because you have all the answers, but because your perspective is rare and thoughtful. You don't rush into things or let your emotions dictate your decisions. You take your time, weigh your options, and then move forward with purpose. That kind of wisdom is magnetic, and it makes others trust your judgment even when they don't fully understand why. Your quiet, grounded insight teaches those around you to approach life with the same thoughtful deliberation. People feel safe in your presence, knowing that you'll never make a decision they'll regret. Your wisdom doesn't shout, it speaks through actions, leaving a lasting impression on everyone who crosses your path. Number 14. You have the courage to be alone. There's an undeniable strength in being comfortable with your own company, and you've mastered it. You don't need constant validation or others around you to feel whole. You're at peace with yourself, and that independence is magnetic. People see your ability to stand alone, and they're drawn to the freedom that comes with it. It's not loneliness, it's self-sufficiency. You've found contentment within, and that self-assurance makes others feel safe around you. You don't fear solitude because you know that's where you find clarity and growth. The courage to be alone allows you to flourish, and that's something others admire but rarely understand. People can sense your inner strength, and they're intrigued by the power it takes to truly embrace solitude. "15. You know how to let go. One of the most attractive qualities you possess is your ability to let go when it's time. Whether it's a situation, a person, or even an emotion, you know when to release what no longer serves you. You don't hold on to things just for the sake of attachment, and that level of detachment brings a sense of peace that others long for. People see that you move through life without dragging the weight of the past behind you. Instead, you embrace change and let it shape you into something even better. This ability to move on with grace, without bitterness, is rare, and it draws people in because it shows them that life is fluid and ever-evolving. It's not just about letting go of things, it's about making space for something even more beautiful to enter your life. People find it magnetic because they can sense that you're not clinging to anything that isn't meant for you. You walk forward with a sense of freedom, showing others that they, too, can release what's holding them back and open themselves up to the possibilities ahead. Your courage to let go creates room for new beginnings, new opportunities, and new growth. This ability to embrace the unknown with open arms is what makes you truly captivating. It shows others that the end of one chapter is simply the beginning of something even greater. Number 16. You create an energy of possibility. When you're around, people feel like anything is possible. You don't just speak of dreams, you live them. You've learned that success isn't just about reaching a destination, but about the journey and the belief that what you want can become a reality. Your confidence in the unknown encourages others to take risks, to step outside of their comfort zones. You don't let fear dictate your actions, and that gives others the courage to face their own fears. When people are around you, they're reminded of their own potential. Your energy inspires them to pursue their own passions, to take that first step toward their goals. It's like you breathe life into the impossible, making it seem within reach for anyone who believes in themselves. Your belief in possibility is contagious, sparking a fire in those around you to follow their dreams. You teach them that no goal is too big, and no dream is too far out of reach. You make the world seem like a place where everyone has the chance to thrive. Number 17. You see beauty in the simple things. You don't need extravagance or constant excitement to find joy. There's something incredibly attractive about the way you appreciate life's small moments. The warmth of a cup of tea, the beauty of a sunset, the sound of laughter with friends. You have a deep sense of gratitude for the things others might overlook. This ability to find beauty in simplicity makes you radiate a peaceful and grounded energy that others can't help but be drawn to. People see the joy you find in the everyday, and they realize how much they've been missing by rushing through life. Your presence reminds them to slow down, take a breath, and appreciate the small, yet meaningful moments. There's a quiet elegance in your ability to live fully in the present, and that's something others find irresistible. Number 18. You radiate a quiet strength. There's a quiet, unshakable strength that comes from within you. It's not the kind that seeks attention or boasts, but rather the kind that stands firm when others would crumble. People notice it in the way you carry yourself through difficulties, never losing your balance or giving in to despair. You inspire others by showing them that true power doesn't come from loud displays or force. It comes from resilience, patience, and a deep belief in yourself. This inner strength is magnetic because it provides a sense of security to those around you. When people are with you, they feel like they can face anything because your calm confidence reassures them that they, too, have the power to overcome whatever life throws at them. You don't need to prove your strength to anyone, it simply shines through in everything you do. There's a quiet pride in knowing that no matter the challenge, you will stand tall and rise above. This strength doesn't seek recognition, it simply is. And that's what makes it so compelling. The most magnetic people don't try to be noticed. They focus on being the best version of themselves. To increase your presence, start by embracing your authentic self, your quirks, your flaws, and your strengths. When you stand confidently in who you are, you'll naturally draw people in. Remember, the key to captivating others isn't in trying to impress them, but in simply being unapologetically you. The more you embrace your uniqueness, the more you'll inspire those around you to do the same. True magnetism doesn't come from perfection, it comes from authenticity. When you let go of the need for approval, you free yourself to shine in ways you never imagined. People will be drawn to your genuine energy because it feels real, and that's what they crave most. As you let go of trying to fit in, you'll stand out effortlessly. Your authenticity will create a ripple effect, encouraging others to embrace their true selves as well. Ultimately, that's the true power of magnetic presence, creating a space where everyone feels empowered to be themselves. You don't have to be the loudest or the most extravagant to capture people's attention. The most captivating individuals are those who are deeply comfortable with who they are, those who know their worth, and those who embrace the world with a quiet confidence. So, step into every room with your head held high, stay true to yourself, and watch as the world takes notice. Your authenticity, strength, and presence are your greatest assets, and when you own them, you'll leave a lasting impression everywhere you go. People will remember not just what you said, but how you made them feel. By being true to yourself, you create a magnetic energy that others are naturally drawn to. Remember, the most lasting impressions aren't made by what you do, but by who you are. It's your energy that will linger long after the conversation ends, leaving an impact that goes far beyond any words. The world craves authenticity, and when you show up as yourself, you become impossible to forget.